So it was installed exactly 1 year ago. That is ridiculous. Happening when the pilot light will not stay lit. Sorry, there's air conditioning going right there. I'm trying to light the pilot, and as soon as I let off on the button, pilot light will go out. So I'm trying to jumper it. When we called tech support, they were generous enough to ship this within 2 days. They said that we needed to replace the valve control body. So here it is, and they sent it free of charge under warranty. I think that it's the thermocoupler. What it does is it makes contact through here, generates a little bit of electricity. And the first thing I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and put a jumper wire right there, and because I really think the thermocoupler is bad and not this control valve. The thing is, we have to drain the water tank and put this inside the water tank, and it's working. Check this out. I put this jumper wire right here, right there. Just took a paper clip, bent it up to jumper those connections, and it's working. I was right. It's not this control valve. It is the thermocoupler. And they sent him a...
You don't need to do it tonight.
If you want to diagnose a thermocoupler on one of these Richmond, I think it's made by Rheem, all I did was take a paper clip and jumper it across the thermocoupler wires there. I sent them to the store, to Menards, to get a thermocoupler. This is your thermocoupler. You're going to see the inside of it. There's just two connections. There's two wire connections, and this heats up when the flame heats it up, and it makes an electrical connection between the two. It's a safety feature. I don't know that you'd want to just bypass the thermocoupler and leave it not hooked up, because if your pilot light goes out, you have a gas leak. But to diagnose it, like I said, they sent us a new control valve, and I don't want to have to drain the tank and install that if I don't have to. It's just a thermocoupler. We are going to have to pull all three of these off, pull the combustion chamber out, but as you can see, it's heating the water. Guys, the thermocoupler goes right in that opening there, and you can see it's just like a flashlight, where you're going to put a battery in a flashlight. Okay, it's going to meet up there. And then I saw these two wires coming out right there that go into the control valve. Since I had a new control valve, I considered cutting the wires and putting a wire nut on it, but I just put a wire nut across it, but I just put a paper clip across there. And like I said, it's a safety feature. You shouldn't just leave it like that, but if you need to get your hot water going, it's a good way of diagnosing if it's thermocoupler or not.
Are you making a YouTube? I'll have to tell the company about that.
Okay guys, I want you to look right here in front of my finger. This is the thermocoupler, okay? See all this white ash all over it? That's a residue left over by natural gas burning. See this in front of the screwdriver? Okay guys, so what I did was I took a Scotch-Brite pad, took a pair of scissors, and just cut me off a little piece like this. And polish that up to a mirror finish. And I want to see if that's going to work without replacing it, because I'm having a hard time getting that sleeve out. I'm just curious if it won't just fix it just like your flame sensors and furnaces. For instance, this furnace, this flame sensor back here, right there. About every 2 years, your furnace will quit working if you just take that Scotch-Brite pad and polish up that flame sensor. That flame sensor right there, it's as good as new. I mean, you can replace the part for 30 bucks, or you can just clean it up with a Scotch-Brite pad.